With the holidays getting closer, now is the time to plan for Thanksgiving and Christmas entertaining. I am going to take you with me to the thrift store to hunt for some inexpensive serving pieces and also share some ideas on how to use those items at your next holiday party. That hurt. So over the next few months, Mr. C and I are going to be doing a lot of entertaining. I'm going to be doing all the work, but you know. So I'm going through all of the items I have that I want to set up, like for my buffet, napkins, silverware. I really want to use real silverware, real plates. I don't want to use plastic for the holidays. I'm trying to get out of all of that. I want to make it very special when people come over. So I'm going through everything I own, candlesticks, trays, bowls, everything. But I am seeing that I need a few more pieces. So I thought we could go to the thrift store. I do have a list of things I am looking for just to see what they have. I don't want to spend a ton of money, and honestly, people probably won't even pay attention to the fork or the spoon they're using. But I am looking for vintage pieces. I'm looking to mix and match things for the holidays. We'll have anywhere between 20, 25 people at any given time when it comes to holidays. We also have a lot of birthdays coming up in December. So I want to be sure I am prepared. So yeah, I think we should just take a little trip to the thrift. For Thanksgiving and for my little fall dinner party, I'm looking for plates that have like a brown motif to it. I find the most saucers. It's hard just to find like little plates, and I don't want saucers. These are really pretty. They're not really Christmas or fall. They have like a pink flower on them, but it is just a plate and not a saucer. So we may think about it. Like I said, I don't really care for matchy-matchy. And really the pink, it's not going to be a big deal. I just scored on a few pieces. I found this beautiful blue and white, just one plate. I'm getting it because I want to do like blue and white at Christmas, $4. And then I found a piece of ironstone. Rarely do I find ironstone, and it's only $1. It never fails. If I find plates I like, there's chips on them. I should have started earlier in the year doing this, but you know, I just came up with the idea not long ago. Still on the hunt for my silver trays to use as chargers. And also just anything I can use on the buffet. Oh my goodness, they have this stuff stacked. I need a ton of silverware because we're going to have like 20, 24 people or more during the holidays. And I want to kind of mix and match, you know, like vintage patterns. So I'm going to look through all of these and see if I can find some. I don't want like ordinary kind you can find at Walmart or something like that. I really want vintage pieces of flatware. All right, hold on. I found some spoons. All right, maybe we're getting somewhere. Okay, found another spoon. I don't know if they're vintage. I found some spoons and a fork. I don't know if they're vintage. We're going to look at them and see if they're things you can get at Walmart. I'm not getting them. All right, we are at the second thrift store. Fingers crossed I will find some silverware, maybe some napkins. Didn't have a lot of luck at the other one with the silverware. They had a lot of knives. I did find a few spoons, but you know, it's always kind of hit or miss no matter where you go. All right, I think I found some napkins. I like the burgundy. I think that'd be really pretty for Thanksgiving and for fall in general, and also using it at Christmas. And then I found these beautiful vintage Christmas napkins along with some hunter green. It is so hard to find actual cloth napkins. I don't like the polyester ones or ones that feel satiny. I actually want a cloth, like a cotton napkin, and these are such a great price. I thought I would share with you some of my current entertaining pieces before we get into the haul. This will give you a good idea of what I'm looking for as we go out thrifting before the holidays. These are going to be items I use every time the family comes over, and I want it to feel special. I want it to feel like an event. So I am trying to get away from a lot of disposable items to use during the parties. You can never go wrong with white servingware. This I picked up at the thrift store. It wasn't very much because Sherry's pretty cheap. I love this. I use this for, you know, making little crostinis, putting a baguette, putting fruit, cheese. You could do a little mini charcuterie board, even though it's not a board, it's a serving dish. Either way, people will eat it, whether it's on a board or a serving dish. And then these, I love these serving dishes. I found these at Target for less than $10 a piece. We have 3 of them. I wouldn't mind getting a couple more. I will link them. They're under $10. They are fantastic. And fun fact, when Mr. C and I want a really big salad, we will use these for our salads. And I'm still on the hunt for my silver trays. I'm going to be using these on the tablescape. Well, actually it's going to be like everyday chargers. One of my subscribers, Monica, mentioned using these instead of buying regular chargers. That way you can get different ones. You can get a variation. I only have 3 right now. I'm finding it hard to find them. The thing is, when I didn't want them, I found them everywhere. And these were about between $3 and $5 a piece. I love little cutting boards. I found this leaf cutting board with the little spreader for $3. And then this one, actually I did purchase this one brand new. There is a little spreader that goes with it. I think this came from, the company Mud Pie. I purchased maybe 3 years ago. But I love these because if you have more than one table set up and you want to put out something for people just to nosh on, you could do little cheese, fruit, the bread, and you can just leave it on each of the tables. That way people don't have to keep getting up and grabbing something. And especially if you have people over and you're not ready yet to serve everyone, these are great little things just to sit out if people want to sit down and chat while everything is getting ready. And then they just have a little, little things to nibble on, because who doesn't love to nibble on a few appetizers before dinner? Yeah, girl loves it. I have these little chalkboard signs. There we go. They stand like this. I found these at, I believe, Michael's, 5, maybe 6 years ago when they were on clearance. Regularly $7. I didn't pay $7 a piece because I have like 6 of these. I may have paid just maybe $2 or $3 for them. But I do love setting these up, just writing something on here, even if it's like at the beverage station, just writing, something really cute on there, or just saying, if people can't see what is in the little drink dispensers, because I have quite a few, there are the silver tone ones, so you can't see what's in them. I would just write on here, what it is. Or if I have something else sitting around, like little snacks or something, I'll put, help yourself. Or if it's like a crock pot dish and you get tired of somebody saying, what is that? It's chili. What kind? Spicy. Is there meat in it? Yes. So that cuts down a lot of that, where you can just write, spicy chili, it's got meat. Whatever you want to write on there. But I do like these a lot. So I have about 6 of these that I use pretty often. I love setting up a little dessert bar. I found this, maybe 3 years ago. I have never seen a beautiful cake stand like this. Love my black. And then it has these beautiful leaves all around. The detail is phenomenal. And there's no cover to it, but quite honestly, when people come over, they're going to eat the desserts no matter what. So you don't really have to worry about covering them. But I do love this. And you can even put little mini, little bite-sized desserts on here. Found this at the thrift store. Actually, I think it was like $8, which was a fantastic deal, but I cannot find another one like it. I think it is just beautiful. I have this beautiful marble and silver tray. Absolutely beautiful. It has that really deep green to it. And on this, I would just put cheese. I think really that'd be the main thing, because it, it's marble, so it has that, cold feeling to it. So this I would just primarily use for cheese to put on the buffet bar. I shared this little hack, I guess you'd call it, in a Halloween video last year, the year before, I'm not sure, I will link it. But you go to the thrift store and you find the chafer dish stands. Chafer dish stands. Say that 3 times fast. Chafer dish stands. Find these. They're not really expensive. I think the most I paid for one may have been $5 or something like that. Take that, find you a silver tray to put on top, and it's really good for desserts. It's really good for putting bread on here, anything like that. So, but I will say, you know, it's going to move around a little bit. You really don't want to put anything on here. You really have to scoop up, or you might end up toppling it over. That's why I mainly use these for bread and for desserts. Just little finger food stuff that you could just pick up, and usually I'll just put like a little set of tongs right there or on the side. That way everybody can just help themselves. But this is so pretty. I have 3 so far. And I may or may not have found one while we were at the thrift store, but I put all of these together. I like them at varying heights, and just set these out. Like I said, it makes a really beautiful little dessert station. Very inexpensive. I mean, this right here may have cost me $5. Now, where are you going to find something already made, already brand new, that looks this beautiful and this vintage for $5? I'm going to tell you where. Nowhere but the thrift store. I found this little cracker holder. How precious is this? Brand new in the box, maybe last year, $2 or $3. You line all of your crackers. Now, you know, you can tell it's only going to fit the round crackers, but if you don't want to put the crackers, you know, next to the cheese, you're afraid the crackers may get a little soggy, this is perfect. I'm sure you can find them online as well, but if you ever see these, that is what they are. They're just little cracker holders, and just that beautiful glass, you know, it really just elevates a regular old Ritz cracker. I love ironstone. Rarely do I find it at the thrift store. I usually see a lot of it at the antique stores, rarely at the thrift store. I've had this probably 5 or 6 years. It's got the crazing to it. You can see the little crackling here and there. I couldn't care less. Now, hand wash these. Don't be putting these in your dishwasher. I hand wash this. You can still see there's still just a little bit of staining there. To me, it's just a beautiful aged patina look. I really couldn't care less. But once again, white, you can never go wrong with it. And the ironstone, it is just so beautiful, and it adds a really beautiful vintage touch to a buffet. Brass candlestick holders. You can never go wrong with brass, in my opinion. It's timeless, it's beautiful, and usually at the thrift store, they are plentiful, at least in the thrift stores I go to, and they're not very expensive because they have so many of them. And then I found these gorgeous candlesticks. These are candlesticks from Natuzzi, which is a furniture manufacturer. I know they are based here in North Carolina. These actually look like wood almost. They're so beautiful. I'm going to be using these during the dinner party in October along with Thanksgiving. I think these are so fantastic, and I like to burn them first before people come over. I will burn them because if the candlesticks are the same height, I like the candlesticks themselves not to be the same height. I like, you know, like if these candlestick holders are the same height. So these are brand new candlesticks and they're the same height. I will burn one down just a little bit just because I like varying heights. I think it looks really good when you have layers. And that's how I think of doing things in my home. Layers. I like adding layers. I like adding depth. I like adding contrast. And so for me, if I had all of these lined up, and it's just me, it doesn't really matter. If I had them all lined up like this, it would just drive me cuckoo. I like them, just like I said, at varying heights. I know it's a weird little thing, but you know, it is what it is. Found this candelabra 2 years ago. After a while, it just kind of runs together. I don't know when I found it. So beautiful, brass. It was $8. So fantastic. Now you can see my little candles are a little wonky. What I usually do is I will just burn the candle, put some wax in here and stick this in there. And once again, I don't like all the candles being the same height, so I will slowly burn some here and there. I don't know what it is. I like it at varying heights. I know it's a weird thing, but yeah, it is what it is. I love tea, and I'm going to see this year how many other people love tea. I like serving it with dessert. Never done it before with family over, so I want to see how it goes over with everyone. If they would like a little bit of tea with dessert after dinner. Have this beautiful brass, no, it's not brass, it is silver, It's silver. Found this beautiful brass teapot. Like I said, after a while it all runs together where I found it and how much I paid for it. But the beautiful blue and white chinoiserie that you see came from my daughter-in-law. She gave this to me a couple of years ago. All 3 little pieces. They are so beautiful. I put them here on the silver tray that I found at the antique store. And then I have this. Now I have little sugar cubes in the little blue and white, and in this one I'm thinking of putting raw sugar cubes or just raw sugar. I personally like raw sugar, and put that in there. And I think just bringing this out and setting it out, asking if anyone would like some tea, you know, I think it'd be really, really nice during the holidays. I think it's really nice when people just kind of linger, have dessert, sit around and chat, because we're in such a hurry. And a lot of times I think if you sit down, have a little tea, a little dessert, you can get to chatting, and it makes the experience so much better. I don't have enough silverware for 20 to 30 people. As I mentioned, we usually will use disposable things, but I want to get out of that. But I will be using my mother's beautiful silver. This was given to her by my father for their 25th anniversary, which was, I don't know how many years ago, but my mother did pass away this past May. So having this will almost be like having her presence here. She really loved this. We would bring it out during the holidays. She actually polished it maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I think she polished it, and we sat it all in here. It is still in great condition. That hurt. That hurt. All right, Mama, I hear you. I hear you. Don't worry. I'm going to use the silverware. Pinched myself. Okay. I don't know if that's me or my mama. I don't know. Yeah, I know, Mama. I know you're here. But this is her beautiful silverware that I'm going to be using. Still, there's not enough here. I think it's just a service for 8. So I'm still looking for more, but I really want to mix and match different styles. But honestly, I was telling a lady at the thrift store about this, and she said, do you think they're even going to even notice the silverware? They're there to eat. I'm like, I know this, but you know what? I'll know. I will know. And hopefully a few other people will too. They'll notice, you know, the care that I have taken into preparing everything and just making it an experience. It may freak some of my family members out because, like I said, we usually use disposable stuff, and I'm not looking forward to cleaning up afterwards, but you know what? It'll be okay. It'll be okay. We're going to have a good time. Maybe I'll get them in here busting suds with me as we wash the dishes. In this video, I shared even more items that I found for the holidays. If you would like to see that, I will link it in the description box and up in the cards. So I didn't do too bad at the thrift store. I found some things to entertain with, along with some beautiful artwork. Found this beautiful teacup and saucer. I want to get maybe between 8 and 10 teacups and saucers. I know not everyone is going to want to sit around and drink tea. And one thing about me, I love a teacup, I love a saucer, but there are times when the saucer doesn't have that lip, and to me that lip just kind of holds it in there, you know, the little groove right there. Because I have seen teacups with the saucers and the saucer is flat. I don't like that. I'm so worried it's going to just slip off. So I love it when it kind of fits into that groove. This is, and it was only $2, and this is Lady Bedford English Fine Bone China. They make the writing so small. But yes, $2. I think it is precious, and this will be added to my collection. I found another silver chafing dish stand. Now you can use this a couple of ways. As I mentioned, you could put either a silver tray, and it doesn't have to be a silver tray. You could put a white plate on top. You could just put a plate. It really doesn't matter. Be sure if you just put the silver tray on top, if it's something people have to scoop off, the tray may slide off, so be sure it's just something maybe people can pick up with tongs. That might be the easiest way. That way you don't have your buffet all over the floor. This is the first time I have found a silver candlestick. I can't remember really seeing, I mean, I've seen like the cheaper versions, like the little thin ones that maybe you get from Dollar Tree or things like that, but this is really heavy. I'm sure it's just silver plated. I don't think it's actual silver. I don't know though. I might have to see if I can figure that out, but I'm not going to clean it. I'm going to leave it the way it is. I love the patina. It is so heavy, but I think this, and even mix and match with the brass. Who cares? Mix and match your metals. It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. Actually, I think it looks really good. This, I think, is gorgeous. I will be using this on the table, maybe the buffet, I don't know, but it was only $3. And I don't remember what I have in here, so it's going to be a surprise for both of us. It's like Christmas. Oh wait, I know what it is. Okay. At that one thrift store, if you need knives, they have knives for days. But actual forks and spoons, they did not have plenty of. This was $1. It's all taped up. Now there are a couple of knives. There is like a little bitty tiny ladle. That'd be good for gravies or sauces. And it has like a larger spoon, maybe to, you know, I don't know if it's a soup spoon. I don't think it's a soup spoon. And then a couple other spoons. So I will just be cleaning these up and using them. The knives aren't bad. I have a ton of knives, but you know, I'll just clean them up and put them in the drawer. You know, we'll use them for something. And then I found this serving little spoon. It just says stainless steel. Really pretty though. Has little forks on the end, so it's a spork, I guess. And then I found this beautiful little brass, I don't know how you work it. Wait, what do you do? Is that, okay, there we go. Little stand like this. I think that is so adorable. And this I can just put a picture on. If I want to use it on the buffet, maybe I could put something else right here. You know, if I run out of the little chalkboard, you know, stands, I could use this for something, but more than likely, I think I'm just going to use it as decor and probably just put a pretty little picture in it. More goodies. What is this? Oh, okay, I know what it is. When it comes to the tea drinkers and coffee drinkers, some people do like to use Splenda. I don't care for it, but I found this. It was $1, you know, nothing special. It's from Anchor Hocking, and it just put little packs of Splenda in here, but it's just a nice little way to elevate the Splenda on the beverage station. All right, what's this? Oh, okay. Found a piece. Get over there. I found a piece of stoneware. This was only $1. Who's it by? Oh my gosh, why do they have to put the price tag over the most important part? Y.S. George? Y.S. George Bowlers. I can't make out the rest, but it is stoneware. As I mentioned, I don't come across a lot of stoneware in the thrift store because a lot of people do snatch this up, especially if they're resellers, to put in their antique booths. Oh, I love it. If I could just have all stoneware and nothing from Target, I would do it in a heartbeat, but usually when you find it at the antique store, it is not cheap. This was $1. Once again, I don't care what I put on it. It doesn't matter. I love it. And it's going to go good with just any meal I have in my home. And this, so good, so beautiful. And I don't see a maker's mark on it. I don't know if it's Currier and Ives. I'm not really sure. It was $4. Yeah, there's no maker's mark anywhere on it, and I don't see like any little hidden name in the artwork. I don't really care. I'm sure it's probably a dinner plate. I do want to do the blue and white, incorporate that at Christmas. So this may be the start. Maybe it is. Maybe this is the start of all my blue and white plates for Christmas. But it has the little, it's not a flat plate. Is that a coupe plate? Is that what you call that? It kind of goes in a little bit. It is so beautiful. So yeah, we already started on the Christmas plates. Yeah. If you saw this video where I styled the foyer for fall, I mentioned that I want to find pictures, you know, oil or acrylics to put there in the foyer to go with the season. I currently have one up that is for fall. And then I found this for winter. I don't really care for the frame. I do think I'm going to reframe it. It is so pretty. It was $1. And I'm thinking it's probably just acrylic. I don't know if it's oil. It doesn't say anything on it, but it's so beautiful. It has that beautiful blue and white. You see the little house there all buried in snow. So this is going to be the one I put in the foyer during the holidays. You know, once winter gets here, that'll be the one I change out from fall into winter. Looking for napkins. And you can find them online, but a lot of them are made from polyester. And to me, they're slick and they're shiny. I don't like that. I like a cloth, well, those are cloth, but like a cotton napkin. I love them so much, but they're so expensive. So I found 6 of these burgundy ones for $2.50. They have the beautiful fringe on them. I love that color. And as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to be incorporating these napkins into my fall dinner party. I think using these, maybe even getting some mustard ones to go with them. You know, I don't need all of them to be the same. You know, it's okay. I think these, or even finding some that have this color that maybe have a beautiful print on them to incorporate into it. Who knows? You know, like I've always said, when you go to the thrift store, you get what you get, you don't throw a fit. And I found some for Christmas. Now, some of these were kind of rolled up together. These, I could tell were, where are they at? Where are they at? Where are they at? Okay, these I could tell were napkins. They were, you know, square napkins. These were $1 a piece. Has a beautiful embroidery of some presents. That is really beautiful. I think I found 2 of these. Yes, and both of them have the presents embroidered on them. But these 4 were shoved together into a napkin ring. And I thought, oh, they match because they have the presents on them also. But I brought them home. I've already washed them. And I realized they're quite large. I think they may have been like for a place setting. I'm not going to use them as a place setting. I'm still going to use them as napkins. I think it's fine. No one's really going to care, you know. And they're just so beautiful, that vintage look to them, because I want to go with a Ralph Lauren plaid look for Christmas. And I think this little vintage napkin, I got 1, 2, 3, I got 6 of these, you know, 4 large ones. But like I said, I don't think anyone's going to care by the time, you know, I put this like that, show that beautiful embroidery on there, you know, something to dab your mouth off with. No one's going to care. No one's going to care. They just are, you know, ready to sit down and eat. But I do love the little vintage touch of the embroidery. And I picked these up. The napkins were $1 a piece. And then these 4, I'm going to call them extra large napkins, were $3. And I found a few beautiful pieces of artwork. This is the beautiful, I guess it almost looks like bluebells. I'm not really sure. So beautiful. It is framed, gorgeous. I mean, everything about it looks really good. I love the gold tone to it. I love the flowers. I found this one along with another one that goes with it. This one. They look so good together. And I love that one is has the orientation of a landscape. The other is a portrait. I like that they're not the same. I don't know where I'm going to put them just yet. I'm thinking the bedroom, but then I'm thinking of the bathroom in my master bath, which I haven't started on yet. And then I was thinking for my sunroom when I get ready to redo that. But either way, they were $7.50 a piece. I will find a place for them. Like I said, I have a few options if I don't break them first. It is so hard for me to leave an oil painting or an acrylic painting behind at the thrift store, especially when it's $5. The colors are magnificent. The frame is beautiful. It has that beautiful linen inlay to it. It is so pretty. I'm even thinking of this for the guest bathroom that's off of my office, which I need to give a mini makeover to. It's going to be like putting lipstick on a pig. That's what I'm going to be calling that makeover, because a lot of it needs to be, well, not really gutted, but some things need to be done to it that I don't have the money for right now. So we may be using this in there. I'm thinking of going with green on the walls for the bathroom and just making it a little nicer than what it is right now for, you know, all of my guests when they come over, because at the moment it ain't pretty. It ain't pretty. So yes, this will probably be going in there when we get ready to do the project, as I mentioned, called putting lipstick on a pig. So we are well on our way to getting everything we need for the holidays and my upcoming dinner parties I want to have. I am so excited. And you know, it doesn't cost a lot to entertain. You don't have to run out and buy brand new things. Like I said, the stuff I bought from the thrift store is beautiful, it's vintage. It lasts. I mean, why do you think it's still around? Why do you think it's still in the thrift stores? Because it was so well made. And I love mixing and matching things to make a very curated look. I always use that word curated, but I love that look. I love how it feels. I love just gathering things together that give you this cozy feeling and just making it all work, especially for the holidays. I am so excited to be able to share with you guys how I'm going to set up my tablescape. I can't wait for Christmas when we put the trees out and how I'm going to entertain with all of these items. I am so excited. If you're not already a subscriber, I would love to have you join the community. And if you enjoy room makeovers and you want to catch up on all things fall here on my channel, I'll leave a couple of playlists right here I think you might enjoy. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you at the next one.